Hi, I'm Emily,
Hi, I'm Alex.
and this is Girls Who Music.
Alright, so let's start with our song of the week. So, Emily, what is your song of the week for this week?
My song of the week is Chemtrails Over the Country Club by Lana Del Rey.
Yes.
I almost forgot her name.
Classic.
Oh my god, it's such a pretty song, and I just can't believe I never really listened to it. Also, that whole album is just like really, really great. But yeah, I've just been listening to that song like on repeat all week because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I love
It
that.
just sounds so good. There's nothing really like, honestly, I haven't really been listening to the lyrics. It's just like the sound of the song that I really like.
The sound of the song is very like, I don't know, it's like
ethereal, like fairy
yes,
tale,
fairy
magical,
tale.
mystical.
Like you're a little fairy.
Yeah,
floating
yeah.
in the wind. Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like
love
it's just
that.
like kind of like going, like it's like how my life is feeling at the moment, like very mystical.
Very mystical, very magical, very on theme for you.
Yeah.
Cute.
But yeah, so that's been my song. What has your song been?
Okay, so my song is called Bless the Telephone by an artist called Labi Siffre. So he's an artist from the 70s. And the song is just, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The lyrics in it, it's really gorgeous. And when I listen to it, it just makes me feel quite nostalgic.
Yes.
I went to my friend's wedding recently and she doesn't live in the same city as me. And so it kind of makes me think of her. And all those times where you do feel blessed by the telephone. I
Yes.
guess, which is just, it's a really beautiful, easy to listen to kind of song. It just makes me feel happy and like good.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good in my heart.
Yeah, it's such a nice song. When you
It's a
sent it to
gorgeous
me,
song. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I was just like, yeah, I can see like how you can feel like nostalgic.
Yeah.
Listening
really,
to it.
it's just really
Yeah,
pretty.
it was really, really sweet. And it
so
made me
sweet.
miss my friends too. And I was just like,
It makes you think of everyone in your life that's kind of,
Yeah.
affected you, who's not like right here physically with you.
Yeah.
Location wise, I mean.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very cool.
Two gorgeous songs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So this week we're going to be talking about gigs, concerts.
Yeah, festivals. We just want to talk about what we think.
Yeah, obviously this is our own opinions.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, you could
Do
feel
with
very
this
differently.
information what you will.
Yeah, but we just started talking. Like, I mean, we always talk about like after the gigs, like what we thought, or like even during the festival, the concert that we're at, we're always like, oh, like we don't like this, or like
Can you hear this? Like, literally, that makes me laugh. Yeah, constantly talking.
what?
No, I'm just thinking of us like at a gig being like, are you good? Are you having a good time?
Yes.
Like, the sound quality is really good. And we're
Yeah.
both like, the sound.
Okay, so we have to talk about. We went to Cape Chinada,
Yeah.
and it was like the organization. I didn't realize who the people were that made the event was. And it was
hosts.
just the hosts. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was just really poorly organized. Like, it took us, how long did it take us to get through security?
Yeah, I was really shocked when we got there, to be honest. It probably took us 20 minutes just to actually get from the start gate
Yeah.
to inside, and not even inside the actual venue, but just inside the arena.
Yeah.
I was like literally shocked. I was like, are we going to miss this freaking concert? Because we're standing in line to get scanned in by security. It was bizarre given that it was like a capped event, I guess. Like, they were at capacity, but
It was just like a bit of a shit show.
yeah,
And then
to put it lightly.
yeah, and it was just like the line, there was just like no lines, there was no organization. And then like the security, it was just like all just like a bit like just like weird. And then we were busting to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, as you always are.
As you like we always are. And we like got through, and there's like 10 portaloos, and there's like how many people were there?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't even tell
Like
you.
10,000 people?
Really?
Is that a lot? I think it's something like that.
Couple thousand? Well, it was only inside on the bottom and then around the top, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think all of the seated tickets had sold.
No,
I don't think. But given the fact that there was only like, say, a handful of portaloos outside, and then we thought, okay, well, you said there's toilets inside, so I was like, well, let's go check the toilets inside. That was not a good idea. It was like, firstly...
In the middle of summer?
In the middle of summer. I felt like I'd walked off the plane to Fiji, but I was in a fucking dark arena. Immediately I was like, what the actual fuck is going on? And then we went to line up for the toilets, and that was probably 10 minutes.
It was horrible. And you're in this like... It's like you're in a dungeon. You're like in this hallway, and there's like people walking past, and it was just like, it was horrible.
It also didn't feel
sweating.
like a good vibe where you're like, oh well.
Yeah, it was
felt
just
like tense. I was like, I feel really tense.
Yes.
Really
and we were also like sober, which is fine.
Well, couldn't you drink anyway if you wanted to drink?
No, so this brings us to the other thing. There was one bar, and it was at the back, and like the crowd was going into the bar, and there was like you couldn't even get water if you wanted to.
That was really bad. Yeah, I think one thing at a gig, especially at a festival, especially given at that gig where it was really hot, they should have had free water. They should have been giving away free water.
100%.
I am shocked that we didn't hear of more people passing out.
Yeah.
It was like we left sweating like we had been to a gym class, and we were standing by the exit where there was some kind of breeze. It was, I can't even describe to you how hot it was.
It was so hot.
Kate Schneider himself was sick. He was like, the vibe was good.
Thank God. We would have left.
I would have left. Yeah, I would have left, because I just felt like the atmosphere of the crowd and the venue, it did feel really tense. Like it almost to me felt like I was like, something's not right. Someone's not. It's not good. It's really not good.
It was just yucky,
It felt yucky, and it's disappointing when you're really excited to see an artist.
And you've spent your hard-earned money.
You've spent money, and then it almost feels like the hosts or the event promoters, I guess, have just tried to make a quick buck.
That's exactly what it felt like.
It feels really icky, yeah. Which is why we wanted to obviously talk about it, because music is so, unifying for people.
100%.
It brings us all together, but...
it's the whole thing.
It's,
like, you want to have a good experience, and, like, Kate Schneider was amazing. Like, he's just got such a cool vibe on stage.
Dancing on stage. I was like, how are your feet doing that?
Yeah, he's like, do.
Your feet doing that.
And just his music in general is just so fun to listen to.
So good.
He made the night for sure. But yeah, it was just like, it was really disappointing. But also I'm kind of like, if I had known.
If we had known.
Yeah.
If we had known, we would have just... Well, actually, I don't know what we would have done.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not what can be done.
Yeah.
Not have bought tickets. Also, getting tickets was stressful. I will say it was really stressful getting tickets. The hype around it was real. They sold out in minutes.
Yeah.
I would have thought for a sold out event, there would have been more care put in to the audience experience.
Yeah.
This is what I'm paying for. Yeah, I'm paying to see this artist who I like play. I'm also paying to know that the event promoter host has put thought in to the whole program.
100%. Yeah, but they just didn't. Yep. So I guess...
Long story short.
Yeah, definitely need water stations.
Yeah, you gotta have you gotta have water stations.
Like literally, we went to this like mini festival for New Year's, and there was literally water stations like every 5 meters. Yes. It was fantastic,
as it should be, especially over New Year's here where it gets really hot.
Yeah,
and you've been drinking and
it gives you that ease too. Like when you're in the crowd and you're like sometimes I can feel like if I know like, oh my God, where can I get water? I get like claustrophobic a bit.
Like panicky, you're like, shit, I've got to walk.
Yeah.
Like 250, 300 meters to get water, go either take my friends with me or just like leave them.
Yeah.
Like you feel stressed when you're in like a festival
100%.
environment. It feels really stressful.
Yeah.
Okay, really, it's just a bit of it's a bit of exaggeration, but
No, but it is, and God forbid, like, you're really dehydrated and like
you're unwell,
walking to get to the water
sun's
station and you
beating down
faint or
on
something.
you.
Like,
Exactly.
So definitely, need water stations and a lot of them everywhere. We want
The more the better.
You want everyone to be safe and have a good time. That's what it's all about.
I agree. That is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Safety, having fun,
Yes, 100%.
being taken care of as a paying patron. if
Yeah,
you will.
for sure. And then, so definitely, okay, you're going to get lines everywhere, anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's, I guess, the way that it's organised. Like, when we were at Laneway, like, that was the biggest Auckland festival I've ever been to.
Yeah, was it the biggest? Because Symphony was massive.
Oh.
Was Symphony larger than Laneway in terms of the attendance?
I don't know.
Because I thought Laneway, how many people can Western Springs hold? Was it 20,000?
Yeah. I think it was
more?
30 or something. Probably should have looked that up.
Whoops.
It's okay.
But I feel like not Western Springs, the Domain was bigger in that sense. Would you agree? Or maybe it would be roughly the same.
I don't know. I think it's different because I have different perspectives on both. Like, at Laneway, I just remember seeing all of these people and not expecting it to be that many people, and I was like shocked. Whereas like with Symphony, I kind of knew, like, it was at the Domain. I don't know, like, I kind of knew that it was, I don't know, I just didn't realise Laneway was like super big, because the last time I went was at Silo Park. That was like years ago.
Yeah, that's really different then, isn't it?
Yeah, like I knew it was a big festival, but I just I hadn't like processed it in my brain.
Also, it's interesting when you see things and it's like, 20,000, 30,000 people, and you're
like
whatever.
I don't know what
you can't think of it. But then when you, like, when we were coming up over the hill at Western Springs,
yes,
kind of
that's
how
what
Laneway was positioned, and we were coming up from where like the Speedway is, right? Yeah, and then down into like the bottom to go towards the road, and you just see like the two stages and there's just people, and that I was like, oh my God, there are so many people here. And it was also like everywhere we looked there was no space, but not like as in we were cramped like this, but it's just that there were people everywhere. So it felt like you were like, oh yeah, there is a lot of people here, there's a lot of people here, but I can't remember lining up at any point for any.
No,
we did line up for drinks, but it was maybe like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it literally, like it was so quick. Like, and I think I just get shook because I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like New Zealand is really behind in like festivals and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, oh my God, wow, like I don't have to spend 20 minutes to line up to get a drink.
Yeah, it was great. There was no line.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
The positioning of the bathrooms was great.
Yeah.
There was water refill stations.
Yeah.
Like everywhere. It was really well organised, I think, given the amount of people. Like,
For sure,
not
I
at
agree.
any point did I feel unsafe.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, the only thing we did have to line up was for food, but that's just a given. You have to wait for the food to get made.
That's right.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that was at like 1 or 2, eh? So was that like kind of peak, like, lunchtime?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, it was like 5.
Okay, my perception of the day is...
It was a big day because we got there at
That's
1.
right, we got there at 1.
Yeah. It was a big day.
Okay, actually the lines to get in.
Oh, the lines, yeah. But
Like,
it
there were
moved
no lines.
quickly.
Yeah, it was just, they should have had people stationed outside guiding people, because you didn't actually need to line up from far away. You kind of just needed to go straight up to the front. But we didn't know that because we just saw people lining up. So we just went behind them. But there should have been like staff being like, no, move forward.
Yeah.
Go into this way, go into that way. If you've got this ticket, rah.
Yeah,
that was the only
100%.
thing. I mean, we were lucky that we weren't desperate to see people who were playing at the time, because I know that there were people really keen to see Olivia Dean.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get to see her because they were
that
stuck in the lines.
sucks.
But also, if you're going to a big festival like that and there's an artist that you do really want to see, you just have to get there. I would get there like literally 45 minutes
100%.
earlier than what their starting time is, because you literally never know traffic, lines. Your mates lost their ID.
yeah, like you just don't know.
You don't know. You have to just kind of go in with this like prepared mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also cool going to festivals early because you've paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I want to get the whole experience, you
and
know.
see different artists.
Yeah.
That maybe you've never heard of.
100%. And that's so fun.
It's so fun, and then you're like, oh my god, I actually really like them, or the stage presence is sick, or hey, their fans are really cool, let me delve into that.
Yeah. What else
that we don't like
that we think like with festivals, what we I guess accessibility too. It needs to be accessible for disabled people. And just easy to get around, and crowd etiquette.
Wow. Crowd etiquette. Yeah.
Just have crowd etiquette.
Look, if you're attending a gig, any gig, and you're in the mosh, just like don't be rude, eh?
Yeah, like it's fine. People are gonna be like moving in between each other, and like just say excuse me. But also, like, don't keep gumming in and out. Like, if it's the same person, like, and they keep saying, my friends are there, like, I think, like, it's, like, yes, we're all here to have fun, but we're also, like, a collective, like,
group. If someone's, like, stressed, like, I can't find my friends.
Well, that's,
I mean, obviously, that's different. That's different, but.
You know how some people are just, like, always just going
and you're
back
like,
and forth, and you're just like, it just ruins the vibe.
Yeah, it does ruin the vibe.
And then you just like end up.
Nothing ruins the vibe more than when you're like, excuse me, can I get through? And someone's like, no. And then they don't even like dance. Or they're not like, oh, I'm actually a really big fan of blah blah. Yeah. I don't want to move. I've been waiting for my spot, or like, oh, it's
I would be
tight.
Like, that's so fair.
But I guess everyone's personalities are different.
Yeah, that's true. So, it's a hard one, but it just, I guess, just being respectful and polite.
Yeah, just be respectful and polite. Yeah.
But that's not on the festival. That's just more like the crowd. So
it's more on the people that attend.
Yeah.
I thought the crowd at Laneway was really good.
Oh yeah.
We had a great time where we were for Charlie XCX especially.
Fantastic.
And I heard people saying the opposite of what our experience was. But this is the thing about a festival like that. Everyone is going to have different experiences. So it's just as long as you, yourself, your friends are having a good time in the way that you want. That's important.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, and then we had a great time.
Yeah.
The people we were around was so funny.
Yeah, it was just so fun. We could perfectly hear her.
Yeah, the sound was so good.
Yeah, and we could dance, and yeah, it was really, really good. Oh, also, another thing. Laneway was going to do all ages.
Oh my God. No, they were going to do 16.
Oh, sorry, not 16. All ages. Yeah.
And then I did think it was pretty shit though. They released tickets.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
They shouldn't have done that.
They first released
16 and you freaking loved, I don't know, Charlie.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, this is my only opportunity to see Charlie. And then that gets stripped away from you. You would be sad. But hand on heart, it's not a place for 16-year-olds.
No.
It's not a place for 16-year-olds.
Even with Symphony was all ages.
Yeah.
And
it should be, the crowd I feel like should be split.
Yes.
It should
that's
be,
actually a great
this
idea.
area is for ages, blah, blah.
Yeah,
ages,
families.
Families. Yeah. Families with younger kids, I don't know, 5, 6. And then maybe 18 plus on the other side. And then it should be no alcohol served on this side, alcohol served on that side. Yeah. I don't know how they would patrol
but it should be done in a way where it's not
It was just quite interesting to me seeing people do drinking a lot.
Well, I mean, that's what happens at festival.
That's what happens. Yeah. Anyway, seeing various substances, should I say, around the festival, and then looking and there's a child behind us. It was
someone's shoulders.
Yeah. It was quite jarring, I think, in a way, because I was like, oh my God, there are children present and people are really heavily drinking.
Yeah.
And not that I don't think children should be able to experience concerts like that. It's just the situational.
It's hard because then I'm also oh my God, we're all one.
You literally keep saying that. You're we're all one. I'm this is stripping. This is scaring me. I feel all I was envisioning is just my son there, and then
that's
I was
so
no way. I mean, he's a toddler, so it's inappropriate, but
Yeah, it's a funny
views.
thing.
I have mixed thoughts about it.
Isn't Coachella all ages?
Coachella's all ages.
Yeah, I found that out this year.
I saw a TikTok of someone and they were like filming themselves and then they like flipped the camera and it was a freaking it was a baby in a stroller.
Oh my god,
like,
that's
and
crazy.
Like a flat bassinet stroller. So like that's an infant. And to me, I was just like, wait. Firstly, the ears, the sound.
Yeah,
and
do they have
secondly,
headphones on?
what I mean, you can see the actual baby, but I was just like, that to me is.
I kind of like it.
You're like rock on, and I'm like, oh, that scares me.
I kind of want to be a rave mum.
Yeah, but you will be a rave.
But like within reason. Like I think there's
I was just like, it was just
interesting.
shocking. Like imagine you're like really drunk or something, and then you're like, there's an infant.
Yeah, there's like a child.
There's a
Or, oh my god, I watched this video. It was kind of weird, but also really cute. This guy, he was at Coachella, and this like 8-year-old went up to him and he like sprouted him, which is like a plur thing. It's like
Wait, can you explain what plur is?
plur is peace, love, unity, and respect.
Okay.
And it's like a thing that they do in the States.
It's like
at like EDM festivals and stuff, and it's just like it's such a beautiful thing. But they do this like handshake, and that's when you can like trade candy and stuff, which are like those bracelets, or you can like sprout. It's like, yeah, it's super fun. But yeah, this like 8-year-old went up to him and he was just like, what the hell?
What's this child doing?
But it was
here?
really sweet. Like random.
Really special to have those moments. I guess as a child, it would be pretty.
Yeah. Oh my god, can you imagine going to Coachella at 8 years old?
No, I cannot.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Really interesting to me. The all ages.
Yeah. I guess it's like, honestly, I feel like there's just like
there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong. I just would be concerned, I guess, for my child's safety. That would just be my main concern.
Totally.
And I guess you wouldn't be able to stay right till the end of the gig because it would be late. Unless,
Also, imagine just like, I mean, I'm exhausted going by myself.
I couldn't imagine going and parenting.
That's crazy. I mean, you just have to do it way differently. Just like go really slowly and just like you can't be running to like
here, there, and everywhere.
Act. Yeah, and just.
And what if there's like stuff you want to see, but they're like, nah, I don't want to listen to that, or the sound is real intense.
Yeah.
Funny little ears. I don't know. Lots to think about, but I mean.
Yeah. Well, definitely earplugs for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone should be wearing earplugs anyways.
Yeah,
but.
valid. I don't know how people don't at Coachella. You would actually go deaf, would you not?
Yeah.
It would really like affect your hearing. 3 days straight. Doof, doof, doof.
Some people go 2 weekends in a row. Crazy. Anyways, we can talk more.
That scares me.
About Coachella.
I just don't know if I could handle 2 weekends in a row of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Also, like, I think we should talk about like why do we go to gigs and festivals and concerts? Like, it's such a huge part of my life. Like, I honestly think I would not be alive if I didn't have music and going to festivals and gigs and stuff. Like, it gives me a pep in my step.
Yeah, where would we be without music, let alone live music, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, so you know how I grew up really Christian. Yes. And they were just like, it was like quite a big church, and they would like have lights, cameras, like, it was like a rave almost.
Yeah, like,
and like I just thought it was the best thing. Like, and I was like, yeah,
worship music's really like.
But really, I just realized that I just loved live music. And it's so true. Like,
oh my god, I just really like live music.
Yeah, because I get the same feeling when I go to festivals and concerts and gigs and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, it's just incredible. It's incredible to witness another human being, like the talent that they have.
Yeah.
And I do think a lot of people kind of forget that about artists, especially in big festivals, that they actually are humans with incredible talent who have practiced for hours and days and years to get to the level that they are.
Yeah.
And that we get to witness it with our own eyes is actually just a real privilege.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's really special that we have the opportunities that we do, the little opportunities, because we fucking live in New Zealand and there's like, I honestly couldn't even tell you. I was thinking this morning, I was like, oh yeah, what gigs are coming up that I'm going to, that I've brought tickets for, that I'm excited for? None. I have no tickets to anything.
We need to get out more.
Oh, we do need to get out more. But like, I was trying to even think of artists, and I'm talking bigger artists.
Yeah.
That like, I listen to regularly, and they're just not really coming here.
It is a shame.
It's quite a shame, yeah.
It's hard because I think we have like laws with how many artists can come or something, or especially like that play at like Eden Park. I don't know what Spark is like.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But then it's just, New Zealand is so small. It just doesn't have the capacity, and like maybe we just can't afford to have the artist.
Yeah, I think also it's a long way to travel for a lot of artists. Say they're coming from the States. Like, what's that flight time?
They're going to Australia.
No, that's the thing.
I'm like, hello?
Lady Gaga going to Australia.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
I know. But then again, I'm also like, because Taylor Swift did Australia, but her set would not.
She couldn't fit here.
She couldn't fit here.
And wouldn't fit in Eden Park.
Yeah.
Which to me, that's, if I think about that too much, I'm like, what do you mean? That won't fit. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yes.
I also think it's to do with like
the logistics of it.
No, just like how many they have, like a rule, like you can't, there's only like a certain amount of artists that can perform there a year.
Right.
Or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just like, can't we just like make this work?
Yeah. I mean, there's only so many live streams I can watch before I'm like,
yeah, before you're like,
I need to go. How many gigs do I send you that are like in the States, like smaller ones where there's like amazing artists playing, and I'm like, oh, I wish we could just go. We could just fly. But
yeah,
it's just not really that easy, is it?
One day
we will.
I'm manifesting.
One day. One day we'll be at Coachella.
Yeah,
we'll see some pretty epic artists. But who knows what the remainder of the year will bring? There's might be more artists coming here.
Yeah,
we're just gonna jump at the opportunities when they do come.
For sure, I do think that it is like, I do think New Zealand is starting to evolve, and there's more things happening, which is fun to watch.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I guess, smaller artists, should we say, like DJs.
Yes.
Playing more frequently in a way that's like really fun and accessible, cost effective for like a patron, obviously.
Yes.
And again, it kind of brings us back to what we love about music, that we are all one when we listen to music. So it does feel like...
It brings us all together.
Yeah, it brings us all together in a way that's like more relaxed, you know.
Yeah.
You're not paying $150 for one ticket. You're paying like $20, $30, which is just, it's like, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Concert ticket prices. Oh my God. What is going on, guys? Come on. Like,
I did see some stuff about the ticket prices of Lady Gaga's concerts in Australia, and I didn't see how much they were, because I just thought that like the thought of it was just like, I don't know, frustrating me. But it's interesting to me. Does an artist have control over that? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I would think they would, but actually, who knows? It's a bit sad though, isn't it? If you're a long-time fan and then you're like, oh, I actually can't afford it.
Yeah, that...
Are people going broke buying concert tickets?
I guess it's another for accessibility, like...
Financial
Oh my God. Everything is just so expensive these days. Yeah. And to just like have that little bit of joy to go, and then you just can't even afford it. Like,
it's really quite soul crushing.
Yeah, it is.
It's really rough. Yeah.
It really is. Because these artists, you know, they help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And people look up to them.
Yeah. It changes your whole life. It literally changes my day when I put on a song that I love, you know, or that makes me feel good. It will like truly turn my day around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Like if I'm like, music is great.
Where would we be without music? I hate to think.
Yeah, God knows. God knows. It wouldn't be a thing. It's not a possibility. There's no way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. A lot of emotions. Too many. Sometimes.
Yeah. Also, sound. The sound. Sometimes at Spark Arena, when I went and saw SZA,
Is that where she played?
barely hear her.
Really?
Like, the music was so loud.
Oh, like you mean the like balance?
Like mixing or whatever? Is that what they
Yeah, it
call
was not. Yeah.
yeah, like it was pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's disappointing when that happens.
Yeah, but then I'm also just like, oh, whatever. Just enjoy it.
But still.
She was great.
Yeah, that's good. I think as long as the performer's like carries it.
Yeah.
Carries it well, you know?
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
that's all that you can really ask
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think just like in conclusion,
We fucking love music.
in festivals, we just want it to be just like it should be just like easy, accessible, like safe.
Inclusive.
Yeah, inclusive.
Yeah.
Also, you want to feel like when you're buying your ticket that money is going towards the day. So like when we went to Cape Trinata, like it was just like, well, where did all our money go to then?
Well, because it took us so long to get in, we actually didn't see
any
didn't see any pre like opening.
Yeah.
acts. We saw none because we got there early.
Yeah.
We got there I think 45 minutes before he was coming on.
Yeah. We wanted to see Channel Trace.
That's right. And
I don't know if that's how you say it, but
yeah, we couldn't. It's
yeah.
which was a real shame. Yeah,
It was a shame.
And then he only played I think for an hour. Cape Trinata.
Oh no, he played for a while. He played for like an hour and a half.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It was like a good, like I felt really satisfied after that. Did you?
I did. I felt like it was a good length of time. I just couldn't remember how long it was.
I think, yeah.
Wait, because he must have started, I think we got out of there at like 10:30, so he must have started at about 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so that sounds about right. Yeah, it was just disappointing not seeing any of the opening acts because then it felt like our money was just like, you know, I was like, oh, well.
Yeah, which I'm fine with because it's Cape Trinata. But
yeah. I mean, he's 6, so I was like,
yeah,
it was okay.
It was just like, and then even when we had to go to like one of the food stores, and the food stores were just
oh yeah,
it was bizarre.
It was really weird. They like didn't know. I was like, can I have 2 waters? And then they were like,
it was like they were drunk.
It was bizarre. Yeah, that was actually a really bizarre interaction. We were like, how much is it? And they like couldn't tell us. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I just want to buy like 2 bottles of water.
Yeah. It wasn't cold.
It was warm. Yeah, it was the situation.
It was very bizarre.
All of it felt a bit like not right.
Yeah.
Something wasn't right.
The stars were not aligning.
The stars were split. They were not. That was an interesting experience, and I'm really relieved that we went to it sober. Actually, because I think if we were had a few drinks, it would have been worse.
Yeah, and we had to stay like next to the exit.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to
hot.
be not by an exit because it felt really like tense inside there because of just like how hot it was, the amount of people, the fact that when you were coming in to an entrance, which is also an exit, the bar was right there, so there was like a big crowd of people, which felt it felt bizarre. I was like, you need to have people lining up on the other side because like I was like, how do we even get through?
Yeah,
and the whole thing was bizarre. They set up this metal barricade along the edge of, what would you even call it?
It was like front left.
Yeah, front left. And then as we were leaving, they set up more of a metal barricade to, I guess, funnel people through.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad we just gapped it because like people were like squeezing through it. I was like, that's just really stressful.
Yeah.
I'm understanding trying to slowly get people out, but like.
Yeah. It's also like, it's hard. Like I see what they were doing, but.
Stressful.
Yeah, and also because like we were like front left, but like right next to the end, and like on the right of us there was a barricade, and I guess it was like to stop. What was it to do?
I couldn't tell you.
But people like climbing over it, and like,
there was a girl sitting on it at one point, and I was like,
and she was drunk, and like I'm like, this is so like
bizarre.
Yeah, I'm like,
was it trying to keep people
just, like, really bad?
Yeah, it was really weird. I would love to know the reasoning behind the barricade.
Yeah, maybe it was just to stop people from kind of like bleeding out,
being right by the exit.
Yeah,
and then they shut the doors. Do you remember?
Yes. Oh my god, this was also, forgot to mention, this was at Trust Arena, which maybe I've had some great times at Trust Arena.
Yeah.
And this one was not it.
I don't know why they shut the doors.
Just
like
no
they
AC,
shut the outside doors.
If you're not going to have AC.
Yeah. Also, I was like, what if you want to get out?
Not me.
I was like, what if I want to like leave? I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird vibes. We probably won't be going back to Trust Arena for a while unless it's an artist who we're like die hard for.
Yeah.
And I think if it's an artist that we're die hard for, they wouldn't be performing at Trust Arena anyway.
Wow, I did see Chasing Status. I'm not a die hard fan, but I do really love Chasing Status.
Yeah, you did.
And fantastic. Great time.
Someone else, Dimension, I think, played there.
Oh, yes.
Recently,
yeah.
We didn't go. We had something on.
No, that was
your engagement party. I'm like, we had something on.
Yeah.
Right. But I have heard that was quite good.
Yeah. He was great.
Yeah.
He was good.
I'm sure he would have been great.
Yeah. But yeah, so Trust Arena, sort your shit out, girl.
Not the vibe.
Get that AC pumping.
Yeah, you need to have AC in an indoor venue.
I'm pretty sure there was AC during Chasing Status. Like, I remember feeling it and being like, oh my god.
Did you go in summer?
No, it was like this time last year. I think it was May last year.
I mean, regardless of the weather, anytime you're inside with that amount of people and you're dancing, it's hot.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
If you are wanting to know what's on in Auckland, you can check out 95B FM, their Instagram page. They do gig guides, which are really, really helpful with dates and venue information. It's a really good place to go and check out.
Yeah, I just think sometimes it's hard to know what's going on in Auckland.
It's really hard to find everything.
Yeah.
You know, like one source of truth, should I say. Whereas they are that source of truth.
Yeah.
They're great. Yeah,
for
go
sure.
check them out.
Also, Resident Advisor they post stuff that's happening. So go check them out.
Yeah, nice.
If you want something
to do
go
something
to, or
yeah, cool.
It'd be good to get out more, experience music.
We're also saying that to ourselves. We need to get out more.
Yeah, for sure.
We need to get out more. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening.
Follow us on Instagram,
TikTok, YouTube, Girls Who Music. That's us.
Woohoo.
All right. We'll catch you next time.
See you.
Bye.